Captain's log, stardate 0411202009.2. Starship Excelsior's login CC77246. So, good morning. Happy Saturday. We're one day closer to Easter, where I got to decide whether I'm making my prime rib with Chloe's help. She bought it for herself. It's her party lamb, or a toasty, tasty ham, which we're making sure we have plenty of food. As I said in yesterday's video, we are making sure. Now, I want to give you a couple of updates for you all. One update is we are here at our own, where we live comfortably while we wait for this pandemic to end. We're having a few small minor problems. Not me and Chloe, but as a whole, as a community, as in people around the world. Now, you guys are probably thinking, what the hell are you talking about? Check this out, by the way. Chloe got me this. And it says, Kings Market, Friday Harbor. On the other side, it says, social distancing is important. 6 feet minimum distance. Thank you for caring. Isn't that cool? So anyways, hope Sam's doing fine. I hear Texas is going to open up in the next 3 weeks. I think it's a bad idea, but I don't know all the facts on Texas alone. So last night I decided I was going to go, and I was thinking spending $15. Turns out I can rent it. So for like $5, well, tax was $6.49, which is cheaper than a movie theater. So Chloe goes out. I watch this movie. Chloe comes back. The movie's done. We watch it again. And I'm telling you, me and Chloe really enjoyed ourselves last night. With Hardwired on the computer, we're going to have to limit our gaming right now because the wireless part of our router is acting up. I've reset it 3 times. I've done everything I can this morning, and I'm telling you, I think we're going to have to get in touch with the internet company again. You know, the internet company, I want to share that with you all real quick. The internet company is going to turn around and say, oh, well, it's no, not us. Well, yeah, it is. I mean, literally, there's 2 problems. I've cleared the browsing. The thing is what's happening is the bandwidth, okay? My computer is drawing from Hardwired. So the only thing I can do is have Chloe go out and buy Friday, buy some Ethernet cables, which will be probably 20 feet. And what the Ethernet cable does is wires it in hardwire. I might have to use my computer's desktop, my laptop, to plug into Ethernet. So it means port number, the Wi-Fi would be cut off of Ethernet for my, you know. So last night, we had a great movie time. Right now, I'm running scans on my computer, basically trying to track down the culprit. There's only one other set of scans I can do, and that is running in Windows Safe Mode. If Safe Mode can't clean up this virus problem, then it's definitely, after troubleshooting everything. I know my family thinks I'm an idiot, I think at times. My beloved family from Portland, I think, thinks maybe I'm an idiot because, you know, I say think. It's my own opinion. Because I'm tracking down the problem of the internet. Well, you know, I always do that. I troubleshoot. My cousin's got a problem on her computer. I try to fix it for her. Me, I'm the type that tries to troubleshoot the problem before I go to the company, like the internet company, and say, hey, my bottom line is I think it is the router, literally. Because think of it this way. You're hardwired in and you got no trouble. So, so yesterday, as you all know, I went to town and had a great time. Went down. Chloe picked me up some burgers. I'm telling you, the burgers were amazing. Literally, the burgers were just fabulous. And the fish and chips, clam strips. I mean, she just loaded up. I mean, it was like, you know, so last night I didn't have dinner. And Chloe's like, oh, do you want dinner? I'm like a whiskey keg, basically. Just sitting there going, no. I mean, the food was amazing. I know we don't eat out a lot because of it, but I want to finish my cigar, so, So I think Chloe's like, do you want me to go send you somewhere? Well, Chloe picked up lighter fluid, okay? Now, my Zippo lighter went missing. I don't know where it went. Once we find it, I can use it. But in the meantime, she picked up this, lighter fuel. Now, lighter fuel is not bad, but it ain't great. Lighter fuel doesn't really work for lighters that you need actual compressed gas, like butane. So, that's why it's called tane. Like propane, you got butane. So, anyways, with the internet running slow right now, I got to recalibrate things. So that's why I haven't, the lag's been bad. The internet company keeps saying, well, the system's bogged down due to the fact that we have problems with too much bogged down. Well, let me tell you something that kind of disturbs me and Chloe, okay? I read this morning in the Times a couple articles. One was talking about payments going out this week for, disability and so forth. I'm like, look, the disability one said in the near future. They didn't say you're getting your check on the 13th or the 18th or the 20th. I mean, look, the calendar basically states that they're thinking about sending it on the 20th. Thinking. Thing is, they don't have a concrete date. So to me, I was talking to someone yesterday about this whole issue, and she turned around being sweet as she is. She said, I don't give two damns whether the money comes or goes. I said, well, what do you mean? She said, simple. This money is basically, when it's in my hands, we'll talk. Thing is the government is all like, you got all these people turning around saying, well, we need it for our kids. We need it for this. We need it for that. The people that truly need their, need their, needs their things, right? So basically what's happened is they needed their stuff. And because of it, all of a sudden, lo and behold, the people out there turned around and they're now draining, the net more. And to me, I thought it was downright wrong. But the Times turns around and says, so many people have vacation homes on the islands. They're flocking to hunker down out here. I'm sorry to say, but my opinion is this. I was talking to my neighbor, Denise, last night. We both agreed that if you fucking turn around and fucking basically bring all these people from mainland over here, more likely we're going to get more viruses. We got more cases already. Why? And by the way, I'm not wearing a bra this morning, so, I'm just wearing a sweatshirt. My bra's, but the thing is, look at it from that point of view. I mean, you're looking at, and again, back to the cash thingy. So many people want their $1,200 to spend it foolishly. I mean, look, I just read a report today, okay, the most important report. And they turned around and they said, and I quote, hold on. Hey, Chloe, come here. I have a couple of news information for you about COVID.
Coronavirus? What is it?
Due to the COVID-19 by the ferry.
Go ahead.
do the ferry service until further notice. Our island is running on a 3-boat schedule. Secondly, this is so bad because of COVID. That's what they said. Don't quote me. They put COVID-19. They didn't put coronavirus. They put COVID-19. That you're gonna enjoy this. I want to get your opinion on it since you're opinionated. Okay, so this is April 10th onwards until further notice. We're on a 3-boat schedule. Due to all routes, which have cut the routes down by 80%, winter schedule is set till June 20th now. We're on a winter schedule still. No spring. Spring's out.
We might not be on summer either. I mean, winter, then fall, maybe, and winter until next spring.
Well, whatever it is, I wanted to share this with you. This is not good. And, so basically, Chloe might want to give her opinion on video this morning about how even though Chloe is being good and doing her chores and stuff, she wants to talk about, for a minute, our home, our island, and why the Times put an article with a picture of our ferry terminal.
It's because you got all these rich people, which a lot of rich people are so dumb and stupid to realize what they are doing. They're bringing the virus on this island.
Did you know there's a lot of rich people not listening, right? Not listening and driving 100, 200-foot yachts or so, sailboats, whatever. They're going to Canada. They're going to Alaska. Well, heck, I'm sorry to say this out of love, but I heard through my own intel channels that our own beloved sister Heather, she's on her yacht in Alaska. I'm sorry to say, but if you have the money to go to Alaska, don't you think you should be thinking about not going to Alaska? You could take that virus with you.
And spread it there.
Or what if you die out to sea from the virus? I mean, with no medical attention.
Yeah, these people don't realize it, and they're going to be the reason why we'll never hit the peak. Actually, it's rich people all over the world, and you know what? They don't listen, but yet the government protects these rich people, allowing them to do what they want.
Oh, yeah, like some people own 787 Dreamliner.
Like, well, we can't stop them because we actually are on their side, not yours. We protect the rich.
I just found out through intel, through email, a couple people that I know, close Filipinos. I miss the wifey, Annie. But Saudi Arabia and Kuwait City and the Filipinos where they work overseas, they're all locked down. They can't leave because of this virus. It's pretty bad. The Philippines are locked down. Certain countries are locked down. But here's the problem. Me and Clover are worried about Sam, right? Remember what you said this morning about Sam? You said, Texas is going to be stupid if they lift it. The thing is, if you lift it and people go to Oklahoma or Louisiana, you're going to see more of this virus spread because you're lifting it early. President over the weekend is in the White House thinking about lifting the businesses. Close them. Keep them closed. This virus hasn't hit its peak. I mean, look, the governor of our state's thinking of extending it to June.
You know what it's going to be like in this country? The virus will never pass. It's just that many people will die, and those who survive the virus will be the only ones left to repopulate the U.S., and they'll be immune to it. Their children will be immune to it. But if they go to another country in the future, they'll be required to wear respirators until they get back in the U.S. so they don't give it to anyone else. And people coming into U.S. from other countries have to wear a respirator to protect themselves.
The problem is,
if there's products shipped into the U.S., there's no problem. But products made in the U.S. shipped to other countries, they'll have to decontaminate them.
Well, let me put it this way. Our governor, I may not like him, right, Chloe? Mm-hmm. I'm very outspoken of Jay Inslee, okay? Literally, I'm outspoken of the governor of Oregon. But what they're doing for the citizens of this state and in Oregon is they're protecting the people. They don't want deaths. Governor Cuomo's doing a great job. I mean, look, his own brother, Chris, basically got sick. And I want to say my heartfelt sincerity to Governor Cuomo and his brother.
It's these Republicans that don't want to listen. These right-wing Americans don't want to listen. And if worse comes to worse and military force has to come down on them, you know what these right wingers are going to want to do? They're going to want to revolt and cause a civil war, thinking their rights are being infringed.
You're not right. Look,
the thing is, I don't care if a few gun owners had to be gunned down by government and slaughtered. At least that's better than losing many people to the virus.
well,
If they have to slaughter these gun owners right in front of their families, so be it. At least more lives are saved in the long run.
well, it's not about the gun owners. Let me put it this way, okay? Chloe, you're right about the gun thing, but let me just put it down on paper, okay? If Texas and other Republican states lift this ban early, you're going to infect millions, okay? Millions. And here's the problem. Chloe even agrees, even though she doesn't like the commander-in-chief, the government and the states have police powers to keep us in check when it comes to this. I mean, look, the governor said it's a big misdemeanor if you violate the stay-at-home order. You can go get your groceries. Now, if you go out every day and you're helping people, like Chloe goes out for me. She doesn't want me to leave. I went out yesterday because I wanted a cigar. But you know what? Chloe is basically saying, stay home. I mean, look, I asked Chloe, Chloe's talking about going and getting yourself another bottle of rum. I said, well, I want a bottle of scotch. She said, okay. See, we work together. Problem is I'm not allowed outside. And until we can find a can of butane, which means Chloe might have to go to a gas station and ask for an actual compressed can. It looks like a little aerosol can. Because lighters require special cans. I mean, I wanted to show Chloe this. This is what it is. You see the tip? It's a different tip. So my lighters need butane. So basically what's going on is they're going to basically bring this virus in. They're not thinking. Look, Commander-in-Chief's thinking about business owners, okay? Thing is they got in place small business loans. Let them have the small business loans. Increase the business loans. Give a second stimulus. Do whatever. But keep these people in. Give a bigger stimulus. I mean, I might not be liking the stimulus, but I think the stimulus, a second stimulus is needed because we need to contain this. If you open up the borders to half the states and people go into other states, we're going to be infected.
You know, these red states are going to open borders to other red states because they don't care if they spread, but you know, more likely it's going to be the blue states that will shut their borders down.
Yeah, I mean, literally, look, Jay Inslee's already talking.
Even the swing states are thinking about shutting down their states.
Jay Inslee, I may not like the governor, okay? But the governor is doing a favor to the Washingtonians. Let's look at our own city council member yesterday on the news. She says, we Washingtonians. I'm a Washingtonian. I've lived here almost all my life. We can manage. We can survive this. We might not like it, but you know what? I'm sorry to say, but it's like the governor said. It's better than the alternative of being dead.
Oh, you know what my mom told me? Because they live in Eastern Ohio, right across from West Virginia, right?
I don't want to hear this.
Okay, so in the Steubenville-Weirton area and Wheeling, St. Clairsville area, it's bi-state areas because Steubenville, Ohio, Weirton, West Virginia are adjacent by a river. So St. Clairsville, Ohio, Martins Ferry on the Ohio side, Bridgeport, and then Wheeling's on the other side in West Virginia. You know what's happening is that West Virginia side, people don't care if it spreads or not. They just want to go and do what they want, and they're all trying to come across the river, and there's Ohio State patrols telling them to turn around and go back into to go back to West Virginia because Ohioans don't want West Virginians in their state right now. And there's like in Wheeling, there's people wanting to go shop at the Ohio Valley Mall in St. Clairsville, but the thing is, the mall near Wheeling's in Ohio, so they're telling them if you want to go shop, go to the Highlands and shop. You're not coming over here. We're protecting our state.
Well, look at
the Ohioans don't want West Virginians or even in Cincinnati. They're telling Kentuckians to go back to Kentucky and don't come into.
Oh
Ohio.
Yeah, well look at this way. It's true, but here's the other thing Chloe didn't realize is I just read a report that Pennsylvania's got their borders shut down. They're like, we're not letting anyone into Pennsylvania, literally, and we want everyone to stay home.
Which means the people of Weirton, West Virginia can't even go to Pittsburgh. They're told to go. These West Virginians are angry. They're angry at Ohio and Pennsylvania, saying that these Ohioans and Pennsylvanians are all mentally insane and paranoid. No, it's the West Virginians are too dumb to realize this is bad. West Virginia thinks they're immune to it. And then even Indianans are thinking they're immune. That's why if you go east out of Fort Wayne, you got state troopers in Ohio telling you to go back to Indiana.
Well, yeah, I mean, look at the big picture. Chicago is heavily infected too. I mean, literally, we can't get this under control. I mean, look. I mean, Chloe might not like. Look, Chloe said it herself. You know, last night over our movie, we had a great movie, didn't we? She stated, and I quote, she says, "I know you don't like the governor, but the governor's doing his job." Look, the governor basically said essential businesses need to be open. Look at the pet store; it's essential. They have small food, rabbits and guinea pigs and fish and stuff they got to feed. Now, you can go to the grocery store and get fish food, but certain foods you can't get. Funny food. Ebony, you tossed your bowl over. Come on, your bowl is for your food. Don't knock it over, little guy. My point is look at it this way. Chloe, I agree with Chloe. Gun shops aren't essential. Close the fuckers down. Don't basically say, oh, it's a constitutional violation. It isn't. We're in a crisis where people are going in by dozens, not following the protocol of distancing. I mean, look at Chloe. Chloe went into a restaurant yesterday and bought lunch for us, and they said, there he goes again. The little guy wants attention.
And the same thing, too, if someone like in Marks Ferry, Ohio, someone in Marks Ferry, Ohio wants to go into Wheeling, right? Their own state troopers tell them they're not leaving the state. They're telling them that they're not leaving the state.
There. You lost the privilege to eat.
So, yeah, I mean, pretty much, you know, there are states that are locking down, like Washington, Oregon, California, Arizona. Ohio,
and here's another thing.
Virginia,
Texas turns around and states that they're going to open their borders in 3 weeks, right?
Mm-hmm. A lot of other Bible Belt states are going to follow.
And follow the same with Texas, but here's the problem. One of the things Governor Abbott said yesterday was that they're going to base it off of, we're going back to work, tests. Chloe said it herself about the testing kits. Go ahead, tell us.
There is none.
We can't get enough testing kits to test for this virus. And the president lies and says, oh, we have enough tests, really. You know, the thing is, our governor is doing what he can. He might have found a test that can work. Fortunately,
I think what's going to have to be is the blue states and swing states are going to have to keep red state people out of their states. There are some red states that are listening, like Arizona.
Well, look at Arizona's listening, Idaho's listening, Montana's listening, Wyoming's listening.
Maybe those states, maybe those red state people in the future may be allowed to come to the blue states because they're listening. There'll be states that listen versus states that don't listen.
North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska,
maybe if this election
Oklahoma, they're all listening.
Maybe if this year's presidential election goes well, and we get someone better in the White House, maybe there could be some policy where they could keep where the states that don't listen will be forced to stay shut down, while the other states can eventually lift, and they have to keep the ones who listen separate from the ones who didn't listen.
I mean, literally, I know this is a financial burden to everyone, but look, our lives are at stake right now, and this is what I'm trying to tell you. I don't like reading the news. The president's sitting here over Easter weekend thinking about not listening to his own advisors. I mean, look, Chloe even agreed with Dr. Fauci. He may be 79 years old, but he said, we're on the virus's timeline. We're not on our own timeline. If the president opens up business, he's doing it because he wants the companies to get these people back to work. It doesn't matter if they get sick.
He doesn't care. And the thing is, then these companies are going to lose all their workers. That's the thing. He doesn't, and you know, he does this. He's definitely sunk his campaign.
The thing is,
most of the states that pretty much there's more states listen than states that aren't listening, and the states that listen are easily going to be won by
look,
more likely.
like I said about the governor. Okay, the governor of our state said the federal government needs to do more. Instead, they're basically saying, "Oh, it's all up to the states." Rachel Maddow said, "If the president did his thing and helped out by giving more help to the states that's in need, like California and New York, we wouldn't be in this mess." California, did you hear the latest in New York?
What is it?
There's a special island in New York that's being used to bury coronavirus victims. And if no one claims the bodies, well, they just have to stay there. And if people do claim the bodies, they'll dig them up and send them to be buried properly. But in the meantime, they're doing it, you know. I mean, we're stuck in a way that everyone needs to, we're all suffering. I mean, look at it. New York hasn't even peaked. Washington, they haven't peaked. They're just saying, well, you know, it might have gone down a bit, but we have to stay, you know. I mean, look, our governor said it best himself for other states. The social distancing is working, yet people don't want to. I mean, look, there's people, the lady of Ocean Shores, it was one of my happy places growing up. They basically said, stay home. We can't afford for you to come visit Ocean Shores or Pacific City or Pacific County.
No,
San Juan, people are saying that, right? Guess what happened? As we heard yesterday from Denise, the sweet lady, right, Clint? She said fucking 200 people came from the mainland on bicycles. Again, that fucking gives us 200 chances right there. I'm sorry to say, 200 chances.
I'm sorry, but you know what? It's going to have to get a point. People keep coming in these safe towns with risking an infection. People just see eventually stand up and just shoot these people coming in, just kill them. Just kill them to stop.
I agree with the mayor. I read the report today. I agree with the mayor. I mean, I may not like our mayor of our island, okay, but he's right. We need our fucking sheriff to be on the at the ferry terminal saying, "Do you live here? No, turn around. We don't want you." Instead, they're coming over here. They're going to coffee shops and seeing what Friday Harbor is about, or sorry to say, East Sound or Shaw Island, or Lopez, Orcas, Lopez, Shaw. They're all going to these islands, and we're unsafe. I mean, the news is basically we are in a pandemic to the point where we as in citizens need to feel safe. I don't feel safe. I mean, look at Denise. Denise said it's good the damn states basically turned around and said no school. You don't want to send your kid to school because you don't know what they're going to get, you know. And so I'm just checking for you all, our local newspaper here on the island, because it tells us exactly what's going on, you know. So a guy on Friday Harbor, I've seen him walk around town, died. So right now we just got another positive case, this time out of Orcas, you see. If there's lower ferry demands right now and they move it to all the way to summer,
It's these laws. Hell, you even got some who don't care if they get that virus spreads because they want their dick delivery. Typical Republican. Typical right winger. I don't care. Hell, at least more people. It's not just. I mean, if they want to call us libtards for acting like we're paranoid, I mean, come on. At least,
look at this. At least
there's still a lot of moderate people who are still saying the same thing, you know, stay at home. But a lot of us are saying stay at home. We don't want the virus spreading. The virus is, you know, and a lot of us are in fear because, you know, we don't know what's going to happen. And it's just, you know, we never had anything this big before. We didn't expect it to happen this year. We didn't expect anything this year to end up the way it did. You know, these right wingers don't care if they die of it. They just want to do what they want to do. They get their immune, and then when they die of it, they want to blame everyone else for it. They want to blame someone else for getting them sick, even though they had no idea. They brought it upon themselves. They brought it upon themselves because, you know, people don't listen. And the people who do listen, well, we're getting affected by it. It's just, what they're going to have to do is they're going to have military force crack down on the people who aren't listening and force them to stay inside. At gunpoint if they have to. And if these people revolt, gun them down. Because because at least the people who are listening, there's more people listening than people who aren't. And at least if the people who aren't listening are all gunned down, at least the people who are listening, which is the majority of us, could overcome this virus. We don't want our population to be extremely decreased to where it's a lot of people dead and only the survivors who had the virus and survived it are all that's left of the population, and they have to repopulate or so forth, and pretty much most countries and governments be running on a skeleton crew because there's not many people around because of the virus. I mean, this is not as bad as like in the Stand, but I mean it could get there. I mean, yeah, in the Stand they said like pretty much 95% of the world population died of a super flu. 5% of the population that was left, well, later in the movie, people pretty much, there was good versus evil, where some survivors, joined on the good side because, they followed their dreams. And then other survivors were on the side of evil. And towards the end, the good and evil sides were, the good had to stop the evil before the evil could wipe them out. It was pretty interesting, kind of interesting story where at first it was more, like the first part you had the plague where everyone was getting sick, government was putting everyone in lockdown, people were revolting and all that, there's martial law, civil war, and a lot of people just all died off. And then the second part, maybe which everyone was the survivors were all following whatever dream they had, that they kept having. And then so forth. Then you have the betrayal, which someone on the good side betrays their allies out of jealousy, and then you got the last part of Stand, where it all comes down. I mean, this is bad. This is really bad. I mean, we need. What I really hate having to do, especially it's getting warmer out, is having that cute little headscarf around my neck. You know how much heat it causes around the back of my neck?
Mm-hmm.
But I have to have it on, keep my face covered, to do my part in preventing the spread. Yeah, like the drugstore in town, you can't even go in right now. You have to order from at the entrance door, wait outside on the curb side of the street. And they suggest you call ahead of time to order your meds. Because they might not have it in stock the day you try to get it. So you have to call ahead of time, and then they'll go do a special order for you to have it shipped in. That's how they're doing it right now. I'm afraid the grocery stores may end up coming down to that,
So today and tomorrow, from 1 to 4, if you bring your own container, you can get free hand sanitizer from the brewery.
Container? What, soap container?
Bring whatever container, and they'll fill up for hand sanitizer for
the brewery.
From 1 to 4.
What time is it now?
10.
I'm going there.
Saturday and Sunday, Bring Your Own Container store, which is located outside, will be open. Please come buy our spirits and we keep our workers employed. Yes, we will. We'll be buying some spirits then. A couple beers wouldn't be too bad.
So you want to go to a brewery?
Free hand sanitizer, yes. And get some beer, why not?
Yeah. All right. So you want to leave around 1:30?
Sure, why not? Well, yeah. So basically, what's going on is
You want to take a bath before leaving?
I could. I mean, so basically, what's going on is, like I said, is the internet is down. The internet's down. On Wi-Fi. The internet is being bogged down unless you have hardwired. People are not listening, so they're draining the internet faster and faster and making everyone else
I'm gonna hop
get hurt.
before you get there. Before you're gonna get ready.
Yeah. You need it. So basically, we are really suffering. So, with everything going on, everyone's worried to no end. We have a right to. I mean, literally. I mean, we are all hurting. No end. And because of it, we are all hurting. I mean, to no end. So, grab me a piece of candy or a little pack of candy here. I bought a. So, let me talk to you all about a couple other things, okay? Now, I know some of you don't care about my advice, but I'm about to do a. So basically what's going on is people are going out on Amazon, Target, other places, and shopping foolishly. It's hard to say, but this time of day, you don't shop foolishly. You don't know what will happen when it comes to financially. Financially, everyone is hurting. And people sit there and go spend foolishly. Now, me, buying candy is not foolish because it helps with my sugar levels.
Oh. Okay. Got that? Consumed.
So you're taking a bath first?
Quick one, and then you're good then.
You're quick. It's usually 2 hours. See, I try to avoid taking baths because the electric bill is so high. But with Chloe bringing in an income now, I don't have to worry about the electric bill being so high. These are taffy, by the way. I was thinking of looking up buying some Mambos on Amazon. Another thing of jerky too. And I know about buying the thing of Starburst too. I mean, we are struggling, And one of my friends last night, Denise, she was telling me people need to think about buying food instead of other stuff. She's been seeing a lot of people buying a lot of booze. And booze isn't something you do. Now, I agree you don't just go waste money on booze, but there's a lot of people out there that want to waste money on booze. And because of it, it's not good. And so, to me, I think it's kind of pointless to talk about, booze and other issues. So, you know. So let's see. Starburst gummies. Didn't know they had gummies. Might have to try those. Put that in my shopping cart. Pack of 8. Well, I'm looking for just pure Starburst. 8-ounce candy. No, I want something more. Minis. Look at these. They got all these candies. Watermelon. 54 ounces. Wonder why they're charging so much. 50 ounce. So Starburst original. Select the size. All right. So 2 packs, 54 ounces. So they're charging $60 for candy right now. So I'm sorry, but I'm not paying. See right there, 1 bag of candy is that much one time. So let's just hit click on it. Add to cart. I'm just doing a quick order here. And then I want Mambas. So let's see if they have any Mambas. 48 pack of Mambas. That's about right. That's what I'm looking for. I don't mind having Mambas. I've been thinking about Mambas for a while. There. So we got Mambos and we got this is in stock later. So basically even candies are running out. Save for later. So there you got it. So you got Mambos and you got Mambos. So you can say right there that it's pretty hard. So, but yeah, Starburst and Mambos is something I was looking for myself, and because of it, it's not good. But you get the idea. So basically, what's going on, like I said, is we are suffering severely in the community due to the fact that people aren't listening when it comes to staying out. Now, Chloe and I, we're going to get some hand sanitizer. Maybe we'll fill up a growler when we're out. I don't mind a nice cold beer from time to time. And because the internet's not working properly, I guess we're going to have to wait patiently, So, yeah, if we look at it from that point of view, it's not good. And so, I mean, I don't think we should be shooting people just because they're violating a stay-at-home order. I've been staying home for so long. That it's not cool. So, So, in my opinion, use common sense on their spending. We as a nation will get through this in time. It's not something you can just turn off tomorrow and be done with it. So, with that said, look for a part 2 later. Thanks for watching, everyone. And Captain's log out. USS Excelsior, NCC 77246. Please subscribe. Please post comments. Please leave feedback, suggestions. Hit the like and subscribe button. It's always fun for your family, including your dogs and your cats and your bunnies. Hit the bell notification for new content every day. Thanks for watching. Captain's log out. NCC 77246. This transmission ends now.